Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your match reaction show. I'm your host, the Gov. I've got no idea what's going on. The internet's playing up, the emotions are high. Town have beaten Norwich, Ipswich Town 3, Norwich City 1. We have got an absolutely excellent fan reaction show coming for you because we have got loads of people who stopped by the statue to share their thoughts. But I want to hear your thoughts. Can you hear me first and foremost? Do let me know in the chat. If you can't, please let me know ASAP. But wow, how do I put into words exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I'm feeling on that one? Just absolutely brilliant performance from Ipswich Town Football Club. Absolutely brilliant performance. You've got, oh, we can hear you, Gov. Yep, excellent, lovely. You can hear me. Excellent, lovely to see you. I'm going to try and get your comments on my iPad, but my iPad's playing up, so do apologise on that one. But yeah, let's try and break it down. So, Town, first of all, rose to the occasion without a shadow of a doubt, rose to that occasion. They were up for the fight, in the fight, won the fight. Simple as that. Every 50-50 turned into a 60-40, a 90-10. Kayust and Matasiwa in midfield were absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. They won everything. They played absolutely excellent. Once they worked themselves into the game, I think Norwich started the brighter side inside the first 5 or 10 minutes. We kept making sloppy, loose passes. But once we settled, once we got our foothold in the game, there was only really going to be, for me, and I'm a Town fan, one result, and that was a Town victory. The midfield too, as I say, Matasiwa and Kayust, absolutely phenomenal. Just really, they run the game completely. Won the game for that. They and you can't escape that. And I know I'm sort of saying it 2-3 minutes long, but you can't escape just how good that midfield two was. Then Nunez came on. He didn't really get. Obviously, I may not have heard it well enough from my seat in the cobble stand, the stand just behind us here. I don't think the Norwich fans really, it wasn't that much noise when he came on from them. I thought it was quite a wise move from Kieran McKenna to bring him on in a triple sub, which I know is something that he normally does. It wasn't like he did it, made a conscientious decision to do that. But there was not as many boos as I thought there would be for Nunez to come on. But within 5 or 10 minutes of him coming on, he's made an impact. He set up Azon, who's hit the post, and Jack Clark, with great anticipation, is there to stroke it home. 3-1, done, dusted. Town have won 16 years, which you've not done a lot with, let's be honest, as a football club. In the bin, record gone, job done. It was simple as that. And that ball from Nunez is really good, and he came on and did really well. Weren't sure what would come first. Gurraport or Town beating Norwich, at least last week get both. Hey, I planned to go live 15 minutes ago. And then everyone turned up at the statue wanting to share their thoughts. We've got Coxie coming on the show. We've got Nick Muller, the mustard man. He is on the show sharing his thoughts. Matt Phillips, Adi Croucher. If I'm forgetting anybody else, I apologise. I haven't edited it yet. That's how passionate. Colin Plum, the GOAT, shared what it means to him to win this game. And it's a good... It's good to put 16 years to bed. It's good to beat your rivals. It's good to make it a 7-point week. That's the important thing really coming out of it. I know the emotion is about beating Norwich. It's your rivals. You've got bragging rights. Finally, perhaps you can close the chapter on, of all things Banter FC, and you can firmly move on from it. But it's 7 points out of 9. You have now got, hopefully, a little bit of form building. You're unbeaten in 3, possibly even longer. The emotion is clouding my thinking. The chat will let me know, but it's a good launching point. It's a really good launching point, and I'm just delighted for that group of players out there that I thought you could see in front of your very eyes rise to the occasion and work their way into the hearts and minds of Ipswich Town Football Club. Been a lot of change, fans of Ipswich Town Football Club. Been a lot of change in the summer, lots of talk over the last couple of months. But that was a team coming together, rising to the occasion. I thought Sammy Smodic was absolutely phenomenal in the 10. He was everywhere. I thought Egley, oh my days, he sent their left back, who I think his name's Fisher. I'm not quite sure. Oh my days, what a turn. 1 minute the ball was there, the next it was gone. The next it was completely gone. Just an amazing turn from Egley. I thought he again worked himself into the game. Worst Norwich team Harps has seen for some time. Yeah, you could say that, Harps. I think you're not wrong. You're not wrong when you say it. I just don't want to take anything away from that group of players out there today. Those group of players, you know, you can say they were poor. Okay, all right, fair play. I'll give you that one. But equally, were they as poor as they were because we were as good as we were? And we were good. Let's not get away from that. And what a goal. Yeah, Matt Phillips, and I don't want to take Matt Phillips' line from the fan reaction show, which we'll see. But Matt Phillips said, it was probably one of the greatest East Anglian Derby goals that he's seen, or it's got to be up there. And I wouldn't argue with him. I wouldn't argue with him. Yeah, I think it was a phenomenal goal. I don't know whether the first goal was not allowed to stand, but it isn't. So it could have been 4-1. Could have been 4-5-1. We just dominated from start to finish, and you can't be anything but proud and happy and delighted. We've got a comment here about Dara O'Shea from Norman. Thanks for the comment. Said O'Shea had a poor game. I thought, do you know what? You've just played one of the Championship's best strikers out there, whether you want to say it or not. Norwich City have one of the best Championship strikers, and you have not given him anything. Both O'Shea and Kipri were just solid together. And I know Kipri got man of the match inside the stadium, but I thought collectively as a partnership, guys, they kept Josh Sargent absolutely quiet. Didn't give him a single chance. Didn't give him a sniff of a chance. Gave him nothing. So yeah, O'Shea was loose with some passes. I completely and utterly agree with you. But defensively, I thought the two of them were just absolutely phenomenal. Nathan says Kais was insane today. Absolutely everywhere, taking out the game, controlled the midfield. I completely agree. Completely agree. And he ran himself into the ground. Just a really good performance from a quality player. He is a class above this division, and we need to get him, you know, not more consistent because he's a very consistent player. We need to get, if we can get 3 games in a week out of him, we'd be absolutely laughing because he's a phenomenal player. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. Joseph Vesman has put balls in behind the defence or struggled on to. Yeah, no, great. That was absolutely brilliant. You're not going to find a single player out there today that didn't play well. First and foremost, I mean, I could talk about set pieces. I should talk about set pieces. It is my thing. First of all, we were working on them before the game. Nice to see us working on routines before the game. Second of all, goal from Kipri is from a corner. Love that. Want more of that. But then the bad side comes in, and we concede a goal from a set piece again. It's the second ball. We're not alive to the second and third point of contact inside that box. I don't know how it's gone past his near post. I really don't. I've not seen it back. So it may have taken the biggest deflection that we've seen. But I don't know how he's been beaten at his near post. It's just, you know, that's not great. But we rallied. We came back from it. Archie says, Gov, can I ask your opinion on why we're passing around the back? Well, that's the McKenna style of play, Archie. That's the McKenna philosophy. He's never going to come away from that, whether 30,000 Town fans want him to or not. That's his style of play. And actually, you've got to give credit to Norwich here today. Their press was the best thing about them. They made life so difficult in playing out from the back. And under a manager like Manning, you're going to expect that. Manning is a good manager. Manning knows the game. And Manning had his press spot on today. Spot on. And made it really difficult for us to come out. I know fans are nervous. I know fans get edgy. I'm one of them myself at times there when the ball was rolled into Matasi, where I'm thinking that is not the ball I want to see rolled into him, with 3 Norwich players haring down on him. But we came away from it. We played out from it, and that's the McKenna way of playing, you know. And it is, you know, no risk, no reward sort of thing. And he isn't going to come away from that. He really isn't. Their goal was a deflection. Yeah, I've not seen it back, Norman. It may well have been the biggest deflection we've ever seen. I don't know. Paul says Sergeant Anonymous. Town really dominant second half. Completely and utterly agree. I'd have to see it back. I'm giving you my live, instant thoughts. I've literally got people around me in the car park, just come out the stadium, just film them fan reaction. I've not seen the goal back, so don't take it for gospel. Just from my seat in the car, I was like, how has that gone past him at his near post? But it could have been a deflection, as people are telling me. Millsy liked the ref. Another one. Do you know the first person who said that to me after the game? AD, I think, was big on praise for the referee. Not for me. I wasn't massively impressed with the referee today. But you know, you've won the game of football. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I just thought there could have been a few more yellow cards for Norwich City players than there was, in all honesty. But there we go. Michael says, when Jack Clark scored, Sam's third goal, he ran to the crowd and the IT camera panned on Matt Phillips celebrating the crowd with what looks to be a cup. No way. Somebody get me that footage. Somebody get me that footage now. I need to see Matt Phillips on ITV celebrating with a cup of coffee in his hand. I need that. Send it to me ASAP. Dub Chief. I don't think any guy in this league is faming that from Philogene. It bent like he's stood against the Blaze. No stopping. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal goal. Just a phenomenal goal. From a player that is fast becoming our best player, and he lives for those moments. He gets, half a yard of space, a yard of space, turns as he did there, and then he's at the Norwich. I think at that point, three defenders, so we'll call it a back three. I think they played a back five today, but he's at the three centre halves or the two centre halves and the fullback, and they don't know whether to come and close him. They back off. It's such a quality finish. Keeper's got absolutely no chance. And away we go just before half time as well. And yeah, it just when it looked like this, just when it looked like the first half was perhaps petering out to a 1-1. Get in at half time, sort yourselves out, go again. Just that bit of magic, that world class ability. And that is a world class finish. That phrase can sometimes be overused, world class, but that was a world class finish. He's got time, he's got space, he's hit it sweetly, and it's moved, and it's just a brilliant goal. Just a brilliant goal. Adi says now arriving in Stowmarket. Adi, I'm still in Ipswich, about to edit the fan reaction show. Rag Smack says maybe it's different when you're there. The ref was baffling, very strange decisions. Again, I come back to the first goal for Jaden. I don't know why it was ruled out. Hurst has gone goal side. If anyone has fouled, surely it's George Hurst, but there we go. And George Hurst is a funny one for me today. Worked hard, battled hard, didn't quite have the touch that we all know George Hurst to have, for me. Too many times it bounced off him, too far. It didn't get us up the pitch. But we won. So, frankly, I didn't care. It's amazing when you win a game of football, isn't it? So the little things that you perhaps would fixate on in defeat or draw, you just don't fucking care, frankly. Won the game of football. And that's the important thing to remember. And we're live again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I haven't got a single clue what I've said in the last 12 minutes and 47 seconds. And I mean that, honestly. I've just spoken from here. I've got no idea what I've just said. So I'll have to watch it back like you guys and girls at home to know what I've said. My brain's gone, which isn't necessarily different to any other time of day, week, or month. But my brain's gone. My emotions taken over. I've got that high you get from winning a game of football, the buzz, the adrenaline. Yeah, wow. Town, just forget the derby, forget Norwich, forget what the game means. They were just in control for 85 minutes of that football match for me. And that's what we need to see every single week from this group of players, because they are a quality group of players. And they're working their way into it. Egley's still working his way into playing in the Championship. Smolix, I thought, ran himself into the ground today. I just thought Smolix in that 10, he chased everything, he battled for everything. And at times he was a real leader on the field with Egley as well, in terms of how he wanted Egley to instructions to him and pick him up and praise, and just those are the little things that you want to see. Those coming together moments as a group, because there's going to be a long old season coming up. There's still a lot of games, and the more you can foster that group belief and camaraderie, the better. And I couldn't be happier this afternoon. I could not have been happier. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget we're live again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Check the video section on our YouTube page for fan reaction. But until tomorrow, unless I get home and literally cannot wait to talk about Ipswich Town Football Club, which very well may happen, but I will sit here for a few hours now and edit the video. Oh, and by the way, this is the other half of my phone case. That's how much has happened this afternoon. My phone case is now in several little pieces. Just one of those days. Look, I'm done. I'm dusted. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope you've enjoyed the fan reaction show, because I've thoroughly enjoyed talking about our football club that have finally beaten Norwich. Finally put that 16 years where they did absolutely nothing with it. Let's be honest, in reality. Well, they weren't all wins in 16 years, but that's all in the past. And as we know, we can't talk about the past. So it's done. It's dusted. We move on. Town have won. Bragging rights are ours. Ipswich Town 3, Norwich City 1. Till next time, take care. God bless.
You've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hit here to subscribe. It's totally free. And hit here for more Talking Town videos. I'll see you on the next one.